We are here at the Ike Hamilton Expo Center in West Monroe, Louisiana this week. My name is Mark Michaels of Performance Horse Central, and if you love cutting, this was the place to be this week. With over $173,500 added, the 2021 Ike Derby and Classic was the place to come cut. With all that added money and the new standalone novice classes in both the 4-year-old and the 5-6-year-old open divisions, there were more ways to win here at the Ike this year. And it showed. Entries were up, we were cutting round the clock here with lots of runs, lots of ways to win. Here's how the open results shook out, thanks to Badboonarising. The 5-6-year-old Open Classic Finals had a total purse of $67,262. Champion of this event was Iridescent, owned by Brumbar Ranchers and shown by Adan Banuelos, scoring a $227 for the win, taking home the $13,000 champions check. Reserve champion was Austin Shepherd, scoring a $224 on Bama Jelly, owned by Madeline Colgrove and collecting the second place check for $11,000. In the 5-6-year-old Open 35,000 Novice Horse Finals, the total purse was $29,894. Michael Cooper worked from the second hole draw aboard Flashy, owned by Jimmy Don Preselli, scoring a $225, winning $6,008 for the win. Reserve champion was Jonathan Rogers with a $222 on West End Cat, owned by Sweet Blessings Ranch LLC, collecting $5,027. The 4-year-old Open Finals were next to work, and the total purse in this one was $151,549. First place with a $226.5 went to Catalina Cashin' In, the flashy stallion owned by Joel Colgrove, shown by Taryn Rice. They picked up the $27,000 champions check along with the prizes here in West Monroe, Louisiana. The current reigning NCHA Futurity champions Adan Banuelos and Allspice scored a $223.5, which was good enough for second place, taking home the $23,000 reserve champions check for the Holmes and Hill partnership. We came back Wednesday morning with the 4-year-old Derby 10,000 Novice Horse Finals. The total purse in this one was $36,740. Adan Banuelos dominated these finals, scoring a $222 on Sabita Rhea, owned by the Double Dove Ranch, winning $6,081, working from the second hole draw in the finals. Adan came back on his second horse in the finals, working from the 12th hole draw, this time riding Sinker Cat for Plantation Farm, scoring a $219.5 and collecting the reserve champions check for $5,100. The 5-6-year-old Limited Open Finals had a total purse of $24,363, and it was Bear Davis who captured his first career win since giving up his non-pro card and going to work for Bo Gallion in the Open Division, scoring a picture-perfect $224 aboard Broken Halos owned by Billy Wolf. They took home the $5,000 champions check in this one. Reserve champion was Austin Johnson with a $222 on Rocky Mountain Blues owned by Selena Orchard Barbosa, collecting the second place check for $4,161. A total purse of $30,083 is what they were cutting for in the 4-year-old Limited Open Finals. It was Wes Ashlock who took center stage in this one with a $221 on Flyish, owned by the Buck Creek Quarter Horses. Wes worked from the 12th hole in the finals and went to the lead by 3.5 points to clinch the win, collecting $5,197. Reserve champion was Bear Davis, this time riding Fine Again for Sinking Creek Cutting Horses LLC, scoring a $216.5 and collecting the $4,372 reserve champions check. Then we moved on to the 5-6-year-old Limited Open 35,000 Novice Horse Finals, a total purse of $8,907. First place went to Trey Wilson, who took full advantage of his third hole draw, wasting no time, throwing down a $223 aboard Metallica Plays, owned by Melissa Spinella. That score was good enough for a 4-point victory and the $2,400 champions check. Tel Rent scored a $219 aboard Jazzy Ray Cat, which was good enough for the reserve championship, bringing home $1,934 for the owners at the Cross Tire Ranch LLC. The last finals in the Open divisions were the 4-year-old Limited Open 10,000 Novice Horse Finals with a total purse of $7,785. Kelly Earnhardt set the pace early with a $221 aboard Highbrows His Style, owned by Glenn and Debbie Drake. Their score held up for the win, earning them the $2,842 champions check. Reserve champion was Jesse Pritchard with a $216 on Talk and Purdy, owned by Jason Whitaker, collecting $2,128. Well, that wraps up all the open results here at the 2021 Ike Derby and Classic. Thanks to Badboonarising for presenting our results all week. And special thank you to Mr. Robert Charles Brown and Miss Della Hillman and all her staff for putting on a great show here. They've had to deal with a lot of new situations, implementing new classes, trying new things, but it's paid off. There was a lot of people here. The show continues this week with the non-pro and amateur divisions finishing up this Sunday. Next week we'll be moving on to Abilene, Texas for the Bonanza cutting, and as well as in Fort Worth, Texas at the Will Rogers for the NRCHA World's Greatest Horseman. So tune in to CHC live scoring and keep up with all the results. Adios.